Hey guys, welcome to episode 2, and I just watched back on episode 1 that was made right before summer, as I said, and there's been a lot of changes since then. Back then I thought maybe we'd be able to get some t-shirts out during the summer and focus on that, but my main focus has always been, and I think will always be, the hoodies and getting those right. And in the last video, the hoodies were bang on, they were spot on, I was happy with them. Here they are, and I've been wearing them. This is the satin line, of course, velvet line hoodie here as well. The hoodies were great, and then my next step was to test out joggers because I wanted to see, what could we do with joggers if we were going to launch, like a whole outfit as in joggers and hoodie together, or whether we did just want to stick with the hoodies. And even in the last video, I spoke about only having cotton, satin and fur, but now I've decided to just go with velvet, satin and fur and actually not have a cotton option, just so that we can displace ourselves from other brands in that you're forced to have some kind of lining, which is what makes us unique. The latest on what's going on is that we do have joggers, but we're not going to be releasing the joggers for now. We did get the t-shirts correct. Again, in the last episode, I spoke about how the t-shirt wasn't printed properly, and I'll show you. I brought this up with the manufacturer, and they got it sorted bang on, so now you can actually see the writing. And obviously I've been wearing this, the logos are sorted, but I have been washing it and wearing it a lot, and you can see that the back is starting to, lose its clearance, so to speak. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna be looking into, and also why we just didn't have the time to launch these in time for this summer, as in summer 2025. So t-shirts and everything are now probably gonna be a project for summer 2026. And then we've also had an order of our first batch for the main hoodies. As in, I put another order in of the hoodies, which I was happy with, velvet, satin and fur options, and I've removed the strings from all of them. And there's also a change to the actual material as well. And there's a few things such as the waistline, which I'm gonna talk about, which I wasn't happy with as well. So previously, again, if you watched the last episode, I spoke about how I ordered a batch and I regretted ordering a batch for a certain type. That's this batch here, and I still have a few of them just lying around. I've just been giving them out to friends and family and whatnot, just because I'm not gonna be selling them. I wasn't happy with them. This was the 450 GSM, it was too thin. The waistline was way too wide, so it fit almost like a dress. And yeah, I just wasn't overly happy with it. So I've got these still lying around. Since the last video, I've also finally got the packaging sorted. Now, I got this from Etsy, and you can see it's a zip tie, which is absolutely perfect. And basically the hoodie will obviously slip inside, zip tie it, fold it down. I've got some stickers as well, stick it down, and then I'll be shipping them like so. So what was the issue with the joggers? So I did order 3 different jogger types. I ordered straight leg, which is this, and it's obviously very popular right now. I've seen too many brands and too many people wearing straight leg joggers, so I ordered that type and I do like it. And then I've also ordered just normal cuffed like this, because I wanted to see what that was like, and it kind of matches the aesthetic of the hoodies a lot more, because obviously the cuff at the bottom of these joggers matches the cuff on the hoodies. So this was more, appropriate, and then also you can see the waistline as well, if it matches it. There's also cuffed, as in ankle cuffed, let me show you. The ankles actually had this kind of lining and material on, like this. So there was 3 options. I still haven't decided on which one I like the most, because I just haven't spent time thinking about the joggers, but I think I am probably gonna go with the straight leg, just because that's what's in, that's what's popular, etc. But again, I'm not planning on launching them with the hoodie. If anything, again, this is gonna be a 2026 thing. So let's talk about the packaging. Like I said, the packaging came. Doesn't it look gorgeous? I'm very happy with it. It sounds nice, smells nice, and it's very clear. And obviously when it's getting delivered, it is what it is, you can't really miss it. The hoodies fit pretty perfectly inside. Now I don't want to open these because these are actually technically ready to go, but I do want to share my process on how I managed to get the packaging. I ordered from 2 different suppliers. I ordered this one's from Hong Kong, which I've gone with and stuck with because I was happy with them and I liked the zip tie. And then there's also this kind of material. It's not the best. I did have a better example, but I had like a handle type that would be sealed at the back like this, which I guess is more appropriate for when you want to be sending hoodies off and such. But the reason I wanted this type was because the zip tie can be used again. So obviously once your hoodie is arrived, this is an empty one. If you have, I don't know, you might have cables or something to be used. Basically the idea of it being reusable is what I liked, and recyclable, as opposed to it just being a bag that once it's sealed, it's sealed. So that's why I wanted to go with the zip tie. Now you could argue, oh, what if it opens during delivery and everything? The way I'm going to combat that, or the way I'm going to prevent that, is through stickers, and I'll show you. So if you don't know, we actually host events on the Do Not Disturb as well. So I have a shit ton of stickers basically. And what I do is obviously I'll put the hoodie inside. That just helps keep it a bit more secure during its transit, just like that. So very simple, but it does the job, and this is my favorite. Now, let me show you the final product. So this is the final product. Obviously, it looks the same probably on video. You won't be able to appreciate it as much on video, but there's details in the hoodie, in the final product, which are really important. I've removed the string so that it's all, you know, stringless. This one's the velvet one. Now, personally, I've been wearing this one just because I prefer it. And what's also changed is the actual cotton. So it's actually a lot softer compared to the samples. I'm gonna try it as close to the camera as possible so that you can see what I'm talking about. With this was the sample, right? And you can start to see that it's starting to get what we call pile-on, which is when the fabric itself, it starts getting little balls, and that's what's happening to this. If I can show a good example, but bearing in mind, I've been wearing this an awful lot, so it has, you know, it's gone through a lot, but it hasn't even been a year yet, and it's starting to get lots of balls on it. Pause. And like the hood, it's starting to look a lot more rugged than I'd like, considering it needs to hold its quality. So what's happened now is we've put it through another process called anti-piling, and it costs a little bit more, but it's all worth it. And what's happening is you can actually see it. Well, first of all, it makes the cotton much more softer, and I can actually see the lining a lot clearer as well, and it just feels way more premium, feels way more soft, and you know, the kind of ruggedness that this is getting to because of wear and tear and putting it through washing machines and whatnot. It's going to take a much longer time to do this, so it's good for sustainability and such. So constantly I'm just learning more and more things about the whole manufacturing process, what I like, what I don't like, you know, communicating with the manufacturers and such, and it's just fascinating every time. Another thing which happened as well, which I wasn't happy with, was this bulk that came. So if you see, this was the first bulk I ordered. You see this, I ordered about 50 or 100 of these for them in the manufacturer's country, so they'd put the tag on all my hoodies. When I ordered my bulk of the, you know, final product, they forgot to put it on, which kind of pissed me off. So little things like that happens. You know, these are all little things which are happening, which I'm not too happy with. And you could argue, I'll go to another manufacturer. But when I tell you how long it's been over a year since I got my first ever sample, which you saw in the first video. It's not worth it necessarily, because I can trust them and they are delivering the product. Another thing I wasn't too happy with was the waistline. It's kind of growing on me now. But like I said, in that massive bulk I ordered without sampling, the waistline was just way too big. It just didn't fit. It didn't fit nicely. Whereas this one is a bit better, but it was still a bit loose, and I was confused because they solved the problem on the samples, on the new samples. I hope this is making sense, guys. I have no idea. Yeah, so I did tell them I'm not happy with the wideness of the waistline again, but I think that next time they said that, they'll give me a discount and they're going to sort it out for me. So not a problem there. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm planning on launching in next week. The only thing I'm waiting on now, literally, like all the hoodies, I've got them all at my mom's. There's like a big batch of them in my room. They're ready to go. All I'm waiting on now is just the rest of the packaging. Obviously, I have these two ready to go, but as soon as the packaging arrives, I've ordered about 50 bags. Then we'll start packaging them up, and then we start looking at Google ads and meta ads and such. Now, I'm blessed to be working in marketing and have experience in SEO and PPC and all that stuff. So the next video is probably going to be a lot more technical in that aspect. But yeah, that's the next stage, and getting that first sale. But that's going to be everything for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.